morning and a very warm welcome. You're watching Janata Television and this is the English Bulletin with me, Anustha Acharya. The top stories first. CDO of Kathmandu says prohibitory order fully implemented in the capital, urges the public not to panic during the crisis. Health Ministry requests users to return oxygen cylinders as such oxygen supply has eased in the country. Daily rate of COVID-19 infection dropped to 6,677. Number of active cases hovers around 117,000. 8 killed in San Jose mass shooting. The attackers dies of self-inflicted wound. And Villarreal beat Manchester United in epic shootout, lift first major trophy in their history. And now the news in detail. Chief District Officer of Kathmandu Kali Prasad Parazuli has claimed that the prohibitory order has fully been implemented in the capital. Following an inspection visit to Nagdhunga checkpoint yesterday, Parazuli said that no vehicles have been allowed to operate except for emergency purpose. He also clarified that people will not have to starve when the government enforces strict lockdown between May 28 to June 3. He urged the public to call Nepal police at 103 and seek their help if any problem arises or to contact the offices of the respective local units. The Ministry of Health and Population has urged one and all to return the oxygen cylinders taken personally on time. Joint spokesman at the ministry, Dr. Samir Kumar Adhikari, issued a notice yesterday stating that although the supply of medical oxygen has eased, they were facing problems as the cylinders are not returned. The tendency of taking oxygen cylinders from one company to next has also increased. This might create problem in the coming days, he said. The ministry further said that oxygen cylinders left unused at people's home have created problem in the treatment of coronavirus infected people. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back after the break. We continue with other national news. Coronavirus has claimed 145 lives across the country in a single day, a report. The government yesterday confirmed 145 deaths across the country due to coronavirus. With this, the death toll has climbed to 6,845. According to the Ministry of Health and Population, daily infection dropped to 6,677 cases across the country yesterday. The total cases of coronavirus in the country have climbed to 535,525, while the number of active cases has slightly dropped to 117,077. According to the ministry, altogether 411,603 infected persons have recovered from the disease in the country so far. Nepal is currently among top 41 countries that have been most affected by the pandemic. The USA tops the list with over 33.94 million confirmed cases, followed by India with more than 27.2 million cases. Coronavirus has infected more than 168.6 million people across the world and claimed over 3.5 million lives. And now the news from economic front. In Nepal, 87.19% of the population has access to internet. According to the data unveiled by Nepal Telecommunications Authority, over 26.35 million population is connected to internet facility as of mid-May, a report. NTA said it registered over 936,000 new users in the month of Fagun mid-February to mid-March. It means 87.19% population have access to internet as of Fagun end or March 13. The report was prepared on the basis of population projection 2011-2030 and it assumes the current population of Nepal to be 29.87 million. The number of people using the internet through mobile devices is the highest, making up 64.8% of the total number of users. Likewise, 11.56 million population have access to 3G internet and the customers of Nepal Telecom are the the largest contributors as the number is 9.94 million, followed by 2.47 million of Ancel users. Similarly, the number of 4G users has reached 7.66 million. Three telecommunications companies have launched the 4G services, and the users of Ancel make the highest portion, 4.85 million. The data shows that the 4G users of the state-owned Nepal Telecom has reached 2.58 million. Similarly, the number of 4G users of Smart Telecom has reached 223,145. Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international news. Welcome back. Now the international news. Authorities in U.S. state of California say 8 people have been killed and several others injured after a gunman opened fire at a train yard in San Jose. The incident is the latest in a recent uptick of mass shootings across the United States. According to Al Jazeera, the shooting took place early on Wednesday morning at a light rail facility operated by the Valley Transportation Authority. Officials said the alleged attackers, confirmed to be an employee, died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The identities of the victims have not yet been realized. The deadly attack, which drew messages of concern and condemnation from U.S. lawmakers, is latest of several recent mass shootings in various parts of the country. You are watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. David De Gea failed at the end of the marathon penalty shootout as Villarreal dashed Manchester United's hope of Europa League glory. All 20 outfield players converted their penalties in the longest shootout in the final of any UEFA competition, and in an increasingly tense stadium, Villarreal goalkeeper Geronimo Rulli blasted home his effort and then denied De Gea, who was crestfallen at the end. It gave Villarreal a first major trophy in their history and saw former Arsenal boss Unai Emery lift the Europa League for unprecedented fourth time. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin, and the headlines once again. CDO of Kathmandu says prohibitory order fully implemented in the capital, urges the public not to panic during the crisis. Health Ministry requests users to return oxygen cylinders as such oxygen supply has eased in the country. Daily rate of COVID-19 infections dropped to 6,677. Number of active cases hovers around 117,000. 8 killed in San Jose mass shooting. The attackers died of self-inflicted wound. And Villarreal beat Manchester United in epic shootout, lift first major trophy in their history. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website, JanataSamachar.com. We urge all our viewers to follow government directives of lockdown and follow healthy hygienic practices to keep safe from any infections. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.